Hello everybody and welcome back to my Undertale playthrough. Now you might be thinking, huh? Undertale? I thought you were playing Final Fantasy right now.
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down into the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/realmhq. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yes. So here's the basic idea. I have again not beaten Undertale. I've beaten the neutral, I've beaten the true pacifism. I have not killed Sans. It's kind of what it boils down to. So, the basic idea is I'm going to devote probably 3 or 4 episodes this week to defeating Sans. If that doesn't work, then I'll cut it down to 1, but it would definitely be putting serious time into this. But the idea comes down to this. Sans sucks to fight. He's an awesome character, he sucks to fight. So, as of last time, the reason I started doing Final Fantasy VII instead of just beating Sans is because he was massively demoralizing. One of the reasons, for me at least, is because I wasn't able to really get myself pumped up. There's also general stuff. But the idea is, right now, I'm going to record. You might hear copyrighted music that is not Megalovania. Here's my thing with that. Screw off. The basic idea is get me pumped. I have it so that right now the music is pumping through the speakers, whereas the game audio is separate. So we're gonna get down to business. We still got a guy named Sans Undertale. Kick his butt. It's gonna be fun. Alright, we're back in it. I went ahead and changed the controller settings. For some reason, it was just... I couldn't figure out how to get it so that instead of pressing B... I don't think I'm gonna be able to defeat the Sans. And I don't mean like, oh, as at this point or stuff like that. I just mean I legitimately don't think I am capable of defeating Sans. It is technically as of this point, but it's more of, I don't really want to keep putting time towards this. So here's the basic dilemma. I have other shit I want to do. I want to record, again, the Final Fantasy VII. I got stuff for the Just Cause 3, thesis, or paper, not paper, the video, the Just Cause 3 essay, as well as 1 for 4, as well as the stupid Warframe one. I got a good chunk of other stuff I do intend on working on. I do know the ending of Undertale. You basically kill Sans, you go walk up to Asgore, you tell him he is ugly, and then Flowey kills him. And then you get to choose whether or not Chara deletes, or if you guys delete the world. This is not something I intend undoing anytime soon. The furthest I have gotten has been to when you get past the sparring. And yeah, so... And here's the main issue with this fight. It is very difficult. Unless I found something where I can train or, like a little, training thing or whatever, this fight is going to be essentially impossible on my schedule. Because here's basically how my stuff works. I record on 2 days. I usually record 1 day, have the editing done the next day or that same day. Meaning that the experience keeps getting reset weekly. The only option I would have for this fight is to legitimately either spend the entire day just working away at it, and again, I do not have the mental capacity to do that. Even with the tunes and all that jazz, it is a very demoralizing fight. It does not help that, again, every time my mind is still wandering, going like especially if oh, I got this perfect, if I screw up this, then the run's down, or some stupid thing like that. It's like, yeah, everything's fine, all I have to do is just go through this unscathed, and then I screw up the jump. Because of my... And it's not entirely, mentally, it's more of... It is such a, motor movement that, in my case, I would legitimately have to find something those, what are they called? The aim trainers or whatever? Just a separate program. Except that it's Sans fight from the start. Because I tell you what, walking down this stupid hall every time does not feel great when you have to go and you die. Because instead of getting straight back into the fight, you just have to walk down this endless hall. I'm not kidding, this hall, and it's not even that long. It's probably about, I don't know, the size of where I live. Yet it feels every time I die, I have to walk. It's the idea that you go from that point to Sans, and it's okay. And then you do it 50 more times, and then it's I just want to get straight into the fight so I can actually get some training done. But I can't. And then every time I'm walking over, it's I don't really want to fight him. So, Here's what the basic idea. I will look into going ahead and seeing about doing some training on this one particular battle, but not anytime soon. I don't intend on kind of essentially wasting time. Because again, the whole issue is I get extremely demoralized. And when I get extremely demoralized, it means I don't want to work on the other shit. Such as, again, the writing, the Final Fantasy VII stuff, or hell, even the stuff for the channel, the YouTube channel itself. I'm planning on getting a banner up this week. It shouldn't be too hard. I think the only hard part is going to be going ahead and screwing around in either Fallout 4 or Fallout 76 to get a perfect backdrop. That way I can go ahead and toss all my characters onto it. And then, yeah. But again, the whole thing is right now, the reason I don't want to do this is because it is just massively demoralizing. I get it, there's people who have beaten this game. There has been Jacksepticeye, there has been Markiplier, there has been 50,000 more other people on YouTube alone that have gone through this fight, have beaten it, and all this jazz. Here's my thing. This doesn't pay me shit. And this ain't gonna keep me going towards it. I do have one, surprisingly, one of the videos, especially on the Sans fight, it broke over 100 views. It got to 200 views, which I'm happy. Because what it means is that it should help with the rest of the channel. That's why I have to look into, there's the majority of the issue that I need to find ways of sharing my videos without feeling like a jackass. The reason why there's not many views on my videos is primarily because I don't do shit to share them. Who knows, maybe put an ad up or stuff like that of just particular things, and that mightn't help. It's just more, because you gotta understand what I'm working with. I don't intend on creating a new channel, because this is the channel I want to work with. It's not been canceled, it's not been any of that jazz. But the problem is that this channel has been on YouTube for at least 6 years. And the most it has, as of right now, subscriber-wise, is 10 subscribers. So, in terms of analytics, this shit ain't gonna go at least not without me doing shit to get stuff to go somewhere. Such as, again, going ahead and getting... Actually, going ahead and seeing about tweeting these videos daily. There's also the other stuff where it's just... It just, in general, there's a ton of stuff I can do to help build the channel. There's a ton of stuff I actually want to do. This fight kills my want. It would be great to do this at a later time, either when I find, again, a little training thing, or when I'm not worrying about trying to get the videos out because I got work the next day, or stuff to that degree. I, as of right now, am not planning on beating this fight. Again, I do plan on revisiting and beating the fight in the future. But the crux around that is that intention is to be determined. If anyone actively was like, hey, I want to see you defeat Undertale, well, you're going to be here a while. That's kind of the fun part. Nobody watches the end of these videos. If you go and you look, like, my analytics, like, I do know what I'm trying to do, and that's why the thumbnails, but also sharing the video and stuff like that. Because right now, me speaking, it ain't going to go anywhere. Maybe in the future, if the channel becomes somewhat successful. But as of right now, nobody's going to see me talking. Nobody's going to hear me go and say, hey, I don't think I'm going to finish the fight. They're not going to hear this. They're not going to hear a good chunk of this stuff. And the reason being is because, again, nobody really watches my videos for me. And not because, oh, well, you know, they watch. No, it's because I haven't built a following. Again, I need to work on stuff. I need to get the channel shared in terms of stuff. I need to get it more out there. I need to do stuff such as, again, tweeting out the videos when it comes out, screwing around with different things. That's why one of the things I just looked at was what the requirements for the community tab is. As of right now, it is 500 subscribers. And the plan, because if you were to go onto YouTube mobile or even onto the YouTube site on the computer, you will see random community posts, and they're typically surrounded what you would usually watch. I know I've been seeing a bunch of videos that have very little views, but have been popping up in my feed, whereas beforehand it would just be all big YouTubers, you know, Beast, all the other people that would be relevant at the time. But right now I'm seeing that YouTube is weirdly pushing a lot more smaller stuff, and that's why, again, the whole idea of getting stuff out daily so that people go ahead, they'll watch they'll be able to go ahead and maybe see a video or two, and that will boost in terms of the algorithm, and then that gives it a chance for it to go out to more people who would actively want to look at my stuff. Again, not many, probably nobody's gonna watch it, at least in, around this time, basically. I do have intentions of, again, recording Final Fantasy VII, and I'm going to try to work on actually getting the Just Cause 3 script done. It's going to be hell actually getting some of the gameplay again, and I'll probably try to figure out workarounds and stuff like that. But the basic idea is that for the time being, I'm kind of done. At least with Undertale. I will return at a later date, but as of this moment, we're going to be signing off of Undertale and jumping into other stuff. Jumping back into freaking, Final Fantasy VII, and then, again, trying to work on the scripts and stuff like that. If you actively are wanting to see me defeat Sans, well, I'm going to say stick around with the channel. I'm sorry that this video isn't able to support it, but then again, you can go look at my other stuff. Look to see that Undyne took about a month, and that wasn't even hour-long video. The last one was an hour-long video. Over an hour. And I don't mean it was actually an hour long. I mean, I slugged it and then, shrunk it down to about 10 or so minutes. But the other recordings were 10 or so minutes. This, again, has been shy of under an hour. I mean, we'll probably reach it just with me ranting and raving. But this is not the fight to have when getting demoralized can be very, very detrimental to me even wanting to record videos. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. When we'll do Undertale, I don't know when. But when we'll do Final Fantasy VII, go tune it out or check it out next video. Other than that, have a great day.